Alright, so for this assignment I've decided to try to critique, well not really critique, to define and analyze my online identity. And I think this is actually going to be somewhat of a hard task for myself, just because, well, on one hand I don't particularly enjoy self-analysis or find it easy to do. I think it's somewhat of a tedious task and it's always, you know, it's not my favorite thing to do. And on the other hand, I don't really use Facebook very often for anything other than just like superficial things, so what you see on here really isn't who I am, more or less. It's just, let's just get into it. I guess you'll see it along the way. I post, really the only thing I post are pictures, and a lot of them, especially just from this last year, have been from me traveling a bit, because it just kind of so happened that I traveled a decent amount this last summer, and this not that long ago I went a few different places, so you'll see pictures like here. This is a picture I went to Hawaii over winter break, holiday break, whatever you want to call it. So there are a few pictures from Hawaii. No, this was on Christmas. Some more pictures here, so there's that, and some of from when I was in New York. I went up north over the summer with a group of geology students, and so I guess if you were to take anything away from those pictures, and I mean you go back a ways, and let's see if I can get down there, and there's still more pictures from that because these happened all during the summer. More pictures from the geology. You'd probably think you'd take at least that I travel a lot, which isn't true. I just so happened to travel a lot last summer, so you might think I was a little bit more interesting just because I have a lot of pictures of me traveling and like doing outdoorsy things, climbing around up north, up in the mountains, in Hawaii and whatnot. So I guess if you were to take anything away from all of the pictures that I posted, it would be that I travel a lot and I'm an outdoorsman, which I don't travel a lot, and the outdoorsman part is only true to a degree. Some of the other stuff that I post, like this, I post pictures of, this is every once in a while, like you can see there's usually a pretty big lapse between when I actually post. It's not like I do this every day, it's maybe once or twice a month at the very most, usually, unless I'm like trying to upload a bunch of pictures from a trip. But as for the other ones, like this one here is just, I got a book for Christmas called Wolf and White Van, and I posted it on here because, well, it's by an artist called John Darnielle. He's a musician from a band called the Mountain Goats that I'm a really big fan of, and I thought it was really neat. This is the first book that he wrote, and I don't know, I just thought it was really neat. The other pictures just like that aren't of me traveling are usually just of things that I bought or that I've received or found that I find really interesting. So like that, or there are a few down here. Like there's a lot of humorous pictures on here too. This is back before Christmas time. This is from the Tim and Eric's Awesome Show. Great job. It's kind of just a humorous thing that I posted. And some records that I collect, interesting things that I buy, more or less. This is, again, the band that John Darnielle is in, the Mountain Goats. This is a record by them called All Hail West Texas, which is an awesome record, but I'm not going to get into that. Here's another one. So I guess if you take anything away with that, is that I like reading and I collect records and like the Mountain Goats and Front Bottoms and some other things. I mean, there's a lot of like pictures like this too. Well, there's not really a lot. There's a few, I guess, of these are really bad Python jokes. I think there are. There's a lot of like computer jokes, things like that. So you might take away that, or in computer games, I play a lot of games in Steam and whatnot. So you might take that away. So I mean, I've only got 5 minutes here, so it seems like it's rushing. That's why this software I downloaded only allows 5 minutes, and I'm almost there. I've got like 20 seconds left, so I gotta sum this up real quick. But I mean, if you were to take anything away from this, I guess it would be that I travel a lot, that I read, like collecting records, and I'm somewhat of a more interesting person than I actually am, which this is kind of a glorified version of myself, to be honest. Okay, so we did get cut off there a little bit at the end. I've just a little bit more to say. It's probably my fault in the first place for downloading video recording software that only lets me record 5 minutes of video capture like that. Just crap, but bear with me. I feel like my Facebook probably gives off the feeling that I'm a little bit more interesting on there than I actually am in real life. I think this is just due to the fact that I don't post very often, and what I do post just tends to be the more interesting stuff that happens to me. So, I mean, that's kind of just the way it goes on there. I'd rather post about something fun happening, like going on a vacation or, you know, buying something interesting rather than complaining about work or classes or having to wake up early or something that other people would do. I mean, that's the thing, though. This is my opinion of my online identity, and the whole idea behind identity and online identity in the first place is that it's how other people perceive it. So it's completely up to you guys, anybody watching this, if you wanted to go to my Facebook account, you know, peruse through it, look at all my posts and what I put up on there, and try to discern for yourself who I am on there, what I try to depict myself as. I mean, that's completely up to you. And yeah, I'm open to anything anybody has to say about that. Thanks for watching.